Hey, this is Barry, and in this video we're going to talk about email marketing. In some of the other videos we kind of cover some specific things when it comes to setting up emails the right way for mobile phones, and yes, that makes a difference. But in this one we just want to touch on a couple things that really are going to make a difference when it comes to getting better response rates from your emails, because sometimes we're a little scattered in our thought process. What do we want to send out? What kind of content? So no matter what you're doing, no matter what niche you're in, no matter what products you may be promoting, no matter what business you may be promoting, there's still a certain set of guidelines you kind of want to follow to maximize your results. Okay, so talking about the first one here, we've got make your email subject lines stand out, and I'm going to give you a little bit more of a graphical understanding of that here in a little bit. But you want to make sure that you're standing out as something different than all the rest of the stuff that people are seeing as they're scrolling down their email list, okay? And this is especially true when it comes to mobile phones, because there's a way to take advantage of the space available to you, and we'll talk about that in a minute. That's also covered in another one of my videos. But you want to make sure that you're telling people something, that you're giving them you're making a statement, you're giving them something to read that makes sense. Because remember, they're just zipping through. You know, what do you do when you go to your email? You grab your phone most of the time, more than likely. You go to your email as Gmail, and you're just kind of scrolling up. You're just looking, subject line, subject line, subject line. Okay, and it's a bunch of incomplete sentences. It's a bunch of incomplete thoughts for the most part. If you haven't noticed this, pay attention the next time you log into your email account and start really actually reading. What does that first line say? Okay, that's the subject line. The second, well, actually, the first line is who it's from. The second line is the subject line. That's the main thing you're reading. It's bold. And then the next line underneath that is the first sentence of the content. Okay, so the subject line on cell phones especially is not usually complete. It's usually longer than what the space allows for you to read that complete statement. And then the first sentence of the email definitely is too long, and it never really matches up with the subject line. So you have two incomplete thoughts. Okay, there's no wonder the response rates aren't better than they are. So when you take the time to make that one complete statement, your response rates definitely improve, because now people know exactly what you're telling them. Okay, so make sure they stand out. All right, and watch the other video. It'll make it make more sense. I get really specific on that. Invoke an emotional response. Okay, without question, you've got to get in people's heads. Okay, now we use this tactic in marketing, whether it's with Maxis here. You know, we email out a group of people. We're emailing out, you know, a very, very large group of people. And sometimes the email is intended for you know, you have the majority we're trying to get to, because maybe they're not as involved as a smaller percentage. In any group of people you're marketing to, whether it's a list you're building out or it's a group of members or whatever the case may be, whenever you have a number of good sized numbers of people, you're going to have certain people that are involved, certain people that are sort of involved, and certain people that are not involved at all. So when you do that, you're going to kick an email out. Some people may mistake the fact that, oh, you're sending this out to everybody and it's not coming to them personally. Okay, and that's okay. As long as you're invoking an emotional response, you want to get people, even if you make them mad a little bit, make them fired up. You know, we're getting, you know, this society's getting kind of wimpy these days to some degree, and oh, our feelings are hurt. Oh, that didn't sound nice, or you know, whatever it may be. But you know, hey, if you're invoking a response, at least you're waking them up, even if you're making them mad. Okay, now you don't want to make people mad intentionally, but if you get under their skin a little bit, that's still a good thing. You know how it is. You know, bad news travels like crazy. People are more than happy to spread negative news, bad news, those kind of things on the internet than they are positive news. Okay, it's kind of the same thing with email. If you get people fired up, you know, they're going to respond back to you. They're going to tend to be a little bit more active, uh, or you know, responsive in what you want them to do. Okay, so make sure you're giving them something that gets them either excited, gets them wanting more information. So the whole point is just to get them to open up the email. Okay, and then get them fired up when they're reading it in some way. All right, so don't focus on doom and gloom. Okay, this is a big one. I see this come through all the time. Hating life, not getting where you want to be, can't seem to get your business off the ground. Okay, all you're doing is reminding people of how miserable their life is, or their failure. Okay, and that's not the best way to go. You're far better off if you do something more like Need more signups? Need more customers? Would you like to get more sales in your business? How can, I can help you make more money, okay? That the person that's reading that may go, well, I'm not making any money now, but if they can help me make more money, that's better than what I'm doing now. I'm not really getting a lot of signups, but hey, if this information is going to get me headed in the direction to get more people signing up for my business, that's a good thing. I'm not being reminded of my failures. I'm not being reminded of what I can't do. I'm being told, hey, I can help you do better. All right, so you can see from what I'm just saying there the difference. So pay attention to that in your both your subject lines and your content. Okay, ask a question or for help. Okay, people answer questions, so you put that in your subject lines. Okay, do you need more signups? Would you like to get more sales? That type of thing. You can structure them that way. Um, ask for help. There's a little psychological thing there. People tend to like to help other people. That's just the way we are. It's just human nature. Okay, so we're more inclined to somebody asks for help. Sir, I'll help out. If I can. It's just a little trigger that goes off. Okay, so you could be, hey, would you help me? Would you mind helping me out for a minute and checking out this video or giving me your feedback on this website or something along those lines? Okay, so those are really good ways to go, either asking a question or asking for help. And then finally, we're going to hit when it comes to mobile phone email. Okay, 32 characters about on your subject line and about 35 characters for the uh, first line of your first sentence. Okay, 35 characters. I got subject here, first sentence. I need to edit that. That's okay. You get the point. 32 characters, subject line. 35 characters for the first sentence. Okay, it's in your email. Because remember, the email shows the subject line and shows the first sentence of the email. Make that one complete sentence or one complete thought, one complete statement, so that it makes sense. So as the reader comes down, they see a complete statement there. It could be on the 32 characters, could be, um, could you help me out and watch, maybe around 32 characters. And then the first line of the email could be this really cool video about whatever, my business, about, whatever. So just you want to make sure that the subject line and the first line of the email work together to make that complete thought, because people read that out. Okay, and that's going to definitely increase your open rates. Okay, so that's really a short version of your email success formula. If you'll implement these strategies and ideas, they're definitely going to work in your favor without question. So with that, let me see if I can knock out a bunch of this stuff here real fast and just give you a quick little graphical way to look at things here. As far as as people are, remember when you're going in your email, you got one giant long list of email subject lines and they all tend to look the same. Okay, so let's just take this for example. Email, email. So you got email, you got email, email. They just kind of looking the same, right? Nothing really standing out. So if you do something different, as people are going through, there's an email, there's one they pass by, 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 there's one they pass by. They're just all kind of looking exactly the same, right? Until all of a sudden, bam, there's something that jumps out. It's like, hey, I'm here and I'm different. Okay, now you're paying attention. It's like, whoa, what is that, right? So I know this is just kind of a different way to approach it, but hopefully that gets the point across in a little bit different way. Sometimes things sink in if we see things a little bit different. So that's why I wanted to give it to you this way. So you're looking to stand out in the crowd and be that kind of like, ah, I'm here, ta-da, look at me. So with that, I'm going to wrap up this video. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so you can keep up to date with future emails that come out. We do all kinds of tips and helpful information when it comes to marketing in all kinds of different ways. So subscribe and look forward to seeing you at the next video.